Hey, what is up, investors? I'm Jason, and in this video, I want to talk to you guys about a potential short squeeze that I see that is going to be happening at any time with a GameStop and AMC stock. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with what a short squeeze is, you probably heard about it, but haven't really seen any real examples of it. I'll show you a quick on the graphs here for GameStop just to give you guys an idea. Now, a year ago, GameStop stock was trading for around $3.77. And there started to be some activity going on in GameStop. It started trading up a bit, getting upwards around up to like $20 a share. And it really attracted a lot of short sellers during that time that were basically saying that this stock is going to be going down anytime soon. They're betting on it going down. And that's what helped create this short squeeze here was people gathered together that were still very bullish on GameStop and wanted to get back at these short sellers, and they started buying up more positions in this, which the volume of GameStop purchases, of course, helps the price go up, which in the game for short sellers, well, the stock price going up doesn't benefit them. That actually costs them more money if they were to close that position, and holding on to that position also costs them more money. So it makes it very difficult for the short sellers and these big hedge funds that would have these big short positions on these. So looking at what happened here back in January, they have to these short sellers were closing their positions, and that's just making even more purchases. And some of these short sellers have very large short positions on GameStop, so where it just starts bringing in a lot more volume coming in on shares being purchased, and that's when you see the stock price go up a lot. So the stock went from being around $20 a share in January to quickly going up to above $400 a share in a matter of like a week or so. So it was very interesting to see that happened. Now, of course, there became a lot of pullback, a lot of selling off, a lot of profit taking that happened afterwards. But that's an idea of a short squeeze there. And then it happened again back in March of 2021 as well. Now, like all my videos, this video is not intended to be financial advice. I'm just simply giving out my opinions here, relaying information that I'm seeing, talking about some news, and all that jazz. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor, and please be sure to smash, destroy, and annihilate or gently press that like button, because that helps me out a lot with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps spread these videos to more people that might find it interesting. Also, subscribe if you have not already, and if you're interested in being a Patreon, helping out this channel, and joining the private Discord, I have one. The link is in the description. Thank you to all the Patreons. Now let's get to this. So this is the last 5 days of AMC stock. Now, right now, it's May 21st. It's Friday. The market just recently closed, and we can get a good understanding on what's been going on with the stock by checking the trends here on the graph. Now, the stock did dip down a bit from May 18th to May 19th, but we can tell that there's a lot of bullish activity going on here within the stock, and this is why I can pretty much say it's getting very close to have this short squeeze, is when we see stuff like this, when we see the stock price come down, and then on this graph we see the W's here. When you see these W's, that's representing all the bullish buying activity within the stock. This is how you know when you see all the buying activity moving the stock up a bit. And just to pull up the last 5 days here on GameStop, very similar situation. There's some pullback going on from May 18th to May 19th, but we're still seeing all that bullish buying activity within the stock, and we're seeing those W's come in. Now, I'm reading some articles out there that are downplaying a little bit about the possibilities of there being a short squeeze within AMC and GameStop, and I think that that's kind of just like some fluff to try to keep people from wanting to buy in it, in just my own personal opinion, because the reality of how it works with someone that has a short position, the risky thing is when you do short a stock, you're pretty much going to be making your gains from the stock going down. So the floor is your limit of where you're going to be profiting off of that. But in the case of owning a stock, of being someone that's a retail investor or an institution that's buying this stock, you're buying that stock in hopes that stock price is going to go up. But there's no limit on how much a stock can go up, but there is a limit, of course, on how far a stock can go down. So if we see a short squeeze and we see this buying activity that is driving the stock price up, and then short sellers that aren't able to profit, of course, from the stock price going down. Well, the fees that they're paying as time goes on here is just going to get more expensive to be holding on to AMC and GameStop. So they're going to eventually have to be buying these shares at these higher prices. Well, then we get all this extra buying activity within the stock as the stock price is going up. And so you might be looking at a stock like AMC right now and be going, okay, well, AMC stock at the moment is only, $12 and some change right now. That's not that insane. But what could easily happen is what happened with GameStop, when we saw GameStop go from being a much smaller situation to going to these massive numbers. Like I said in the graph here, when we look at the 52 weeks of GameStop, going from $3.77 to $483, it does become a very real thing when those positions that are being shorted ended up having to close, and they end up having to buy those positions. That changes the volume a lot of how many shares are available, and that's how you see these large increases on these stock prices. And so that becomes something that could be a very real situation as for AMC. Now, AMC, of course, didn't have a short squeeze anywhere near the size of GameStop, but a lot of people are talking about the possibilities of that happening with AMC, because what we could be seeing with AMC now, AMC, of course, has a lot more shares out there than GameStop does, but AMC could easily see their stock price go to $100, $200, $300, $400, $500. Who knows how high it could go if it all works out exactly as the perfect storm of a short squeeze. Now, I know there's people watching this right now probably thinking, how in the heck would AMC go to $500+ a share, let alone $100 a share? That doesn't make any sort of sense. This company doesn't have all the theaters in operation right now. The fundamentals don't make any sort of sense. And if you're thinking that, well, then completely throw that out the window, because that type of information does not matter in a short squeeze at all. What matters is the amount of volume that is going on in the stock, how many shares are owned, and how much someone is going to continue paying for those shares. Remember, if someone is continuously buying that stock, the price per share is going to go up and up and up as time goes on. And some of these short sellers have very large positions that are shorted. I mean, we could be talking about millions of shares. So if there's not enough shares there to cover all this, then they're going to be paying some big bucks to be doing so. And the thing for some of these hedge funds that are shorting these stocks, they try to power through this. They have a large amounts of money to be able to try to ride this out. Of course, that's costing them more money as time goes on, and they attempt it, and it doesn't always work out very well in their favor. Now, in this case, in this article here from Market Insider, GameStop short seller Melvin Capital suffered a 49% loss in its first quarter after being hit by the Reddit fan trading frenzy. Now, this article was from April 12th, 2021, but a good idea here is just looking in this. The fund closed its short positions against GameStop on January 27th. It started out this year with $12.5 billion in assets under management, but ended January with about $8 billion. So that's a very large amount of money that they ended up losing in this case. Now, Steve Cohen, 0.72, and Ken Griffin, Citadel, injected a $2.75 billion investment in Melvin to support its battle against the Reddit army. So they're even teaming up to try to fight people that are against the hedges, that are buying the shares, but the retail sellers here. So this is retail sellers against the big hedge funds. I mean, what the normal guy against the big corporations, So Plotkin racked up about $860 million through 2020 after its firm returned 53%, but January deep decline left him with an estimated personal loss of $460 million, Bloomberg reported. Now, Plotkin was grilled before a congressional panel in February where he defended his short position and said it was never part of an effort to artificially depress or manipulate downward the price of a stock. A spokesperson for Melvin declined to comment. Now, I don't really know about the whole artificial depress or manipulate downward the price of a stock. I don't really know about that because, well, I mean, to me, it looks like that they were teaming up here to try to put more money in to try to get one over on the retail investors. I mean, that's what it really does look like in my honest opinion. So I don't want to like cause any beef with any sort of short sellers out there. I'm just a YouTuber, of course, so I don't really know what I'm even talking about. Like every retail investor out there, we don't really know what we're doing. We just have no money, I assume. So, but to me, the way I take that is it looks like a lot of the times they're always trying to manipulate the price of a stock. I mean, that's what short sellers do. That's their business. Their business is to make money off the stock price going down. If you're trying to succeed at that, then you're going to put out an article. You're going to do something in some sort of way that is going to drop that stock price down. We see it all the time. We always see these big short sellers always write a short report, and we see the aftermath of that with the stock price going down. These hedge funds, that they can get word of that because there can always be some sort of a big attack on the retail investor, and the retail investor usually in most cases is always the one that is left holding the bag. So when the tables turn from the hedge funds being the ones that are the ones getting one over on them, and it being the retail investors are the ones that are helping to manipulate the stock price up to get one over on them, they don't like that. They don't like being in that position, and that's when these things go to Congress, and then it becomes a much bigger deal, and regulate the retail investor, and regulate the person on Reddit, and regulate the person on YouTube, because they don't want to see what they do to everybody else happen to them. And I don't know. I mean, I really hope, in my personal opinion, I hope that there is a short squeeze. I mean, I don't mean that in a way to get everybody to do it, but it is always nice to know when the retail investor, you and I, when we're able to have fair game in the stock market, just like the bigger guys. So anyways, I'd like to hear other people's opinions about GameStop, AMC. Please do me a huge favor, like, share, comment, and subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.